Three, two,
All right.
one.
Apparently, I have not watched the most controversial episode in
Ever.
all of Star
Yeah.
Wars canon and history of television
I don't know if I
and
would
media.
quantify it as that. But,
Okay, so I clearly saw everything I've watched. I didn't watch the episode, so I'm going to try not to opine on it. But I know the gist of the episode only because of the heat,
right.
whatever you
So
want to call it, that it got. And it's 17% Rotten Tomatoes score or whatever.
overall, I didn't think it was a bad episode. Before getting into the gist of it, it did do something that has become something that it just makes my eyes roll. And
First, they're witches.
well, so I'm not even there yet, which is I'm tired and and this goes for like almost every TV show we watch now. When they want to do character building, they have the flashback episode. And
That's not character. That's sloppy, lazy
well,
writing.
and that's what I'm saying is that you go like, if you actually had started the series off with this episode,
Yeah.
and like this is how you introduce your protagonist and antagonist, and then follow a linear timeline.
You have to follow it linear, but as long as you keep them both in
But not doing like, hey, like, let's jump back to this.
now we're going to info dump 3 episodes in.
Right. and then okay, and then we're gonna get back to the main storyline, and then maybe in like 3 episodes we'll do another flashback. Like, just fucking tell the story in fucking sequence.
They're not Christopher Nolan.
Yeah. Well, and even then it's like, I would venture to guess he's not going to do, after Tenet, it's like that's got to be hard to keep track of on your own. Like, you fucking pull that shit off with Memento and then
I was going to
Tenet.
say, he has fucking illustrations for all these movies.
Nerds like us have seen that.
But at any rate, Star Wars serial TV.
Right, so that was my initial problem with it. The story itself in the episode is not so much in there. Now, it's when we get to the thing that people are,
I'm going to ask all kinds of questions.
murdering their children over because they don't want them to see this ever.
I don't care about
It's not a problem with this show. It's a problem with the fucking canon, as they love to jerk off to. But so anyway, yeah. So there's a coven of witches. That's where May and
the two, yeah.
OSHA. Yeah, that's
OSHA,
right.
Yeah. Occupational safe.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, she's making sure construction sites are safe.
Yep. And then there are handrails. Better be fucking handrails. Everybody's seen the Family Guy episode. That's why they were referencing this. See, it comes full fucker canon, motherfucker. No cap.
So Family Guy is canon now.
It is.
Seth MacFarlane would probably like that.
There's an OSHA character now.
I know.
They've retconned that.
So you have this. You have a.
So they're light and dark.
Well, so I'm immediately going like, are these like the witches that we encounter in the video games and the?
Yeah.
But I don't think so.
A coven, and I know all witches are called a coven, but something coven.
Or I forget what the actual name is.
That's what I was trying to come up with.
Because I like most of the time when they were like going into their minutia of it, it was like, oh, this is the fucking thing from the video game. But only one of them kind of looked like Darth Maul. They didn't all look like Darth Maul. So
no, it's just the one.
Yeah.
And they have a Jedi one that has it too, right? That little Jedi girl who has the teeth in her hair.
Yeah, or she's got like a crown of of horns, not thorns, but a crown of horns.
That's a Conan song. It's one of their better ones.
So, but yeah, so where we're at is it's setting up. So we get a flashback to the sisterhood and the fire that they have to be rescued from. And it gives Carrie Ann Moss extra screen time.
So wait, she's one of these coven?
No, she's
a Jedi.
Jedi, yeah.
Okay. All right,
But so apparently the Coven has settled on, an unknown planet outside of the Republic,
Okay, makes sense.
And part of their thing is they don't call it the Force, but it's the string, and it's like a circle of life kind of thing.
So what happened to midichlorians?
It's same thing, but they just have different terminology.
Oh, so it's a different religion.
Yeah,
all
exactly.
with the same thing.
Yeah.
I see. I'm okay with that. Great, different religion. There are fucking religious zealots everywhere.
Yeah.
Have a nice day.
So
what's? Go ahead.
No, wait.
They have two moms.
Yes.
Okay. Immaculate Conception.
Yeah. So
Virgin Mary's here.
Yeah. So that's what that is the thing that threw everybody into a tizzy wasn't that they used but they knowingly used the Force.
Wait, wasn't Anakin a immaculate concepted baby?
Correct.
Okay, so that's not so far-fetched in this
Star
Wars universe.
Well, so here
I'm just poking holes in this
no, I know
show that these people have.
We're gonna get to that, but and I'm not gonna take long. But so in this case, though, is that the witches in the coven like purposely used the Force to conceive a child, whereas like Anakin, it was like the Force, the midichlorians decided to do that. This one was like these women used the Force to purposely conceive, and of course,
wait. So they're raping people, impregnating them with the string theory.
This would be. So the witches are more like, what is it, like The Secret? Like if you envision something, it'll happen. That kind of shit. So
it was. Look in the mirror every morning.
So now you're talking about the.
See where I went, and I didn't even see the fucking episode.
The symbiotic rape happens with Anakin. These women like use the tools of the Force to
have sex with.
Or no, just to create a child.
Inseminate.
Like IVF, right? Like.
Hey man, that is fucking.
So they wouldn't be able to do it in Alabama, but in the other state they'd be fine.
Thank you. That's exactly where I was headed. Well done. Sorry, I almost popped the mic. Go.
But
that's where I was headed.
And of course, with this, they get twins. So that's
Hey man, you fuck around with that.
Yeah. Osha and May are a forced conceived child or
beings,
set of twins. And that's what. So that's we did mention it before that Star Wars probably has the most toxic fan base known to man of any nerd culture. But
yeah, and that's saying something.
So
that's got like Call of Duty toxic fans.
Yeah,
like there's a lot. Star Wars are they win. Go ahead.
So everybody got in a tizzy because it was supposed to be. Well, if these girls are conceived like that, then what is Anakin? Anakin's supposed to be the chosen one. He's the one that's supposed to bring balance to the Force. And you kind of want to go like, I thought you saw the movies because he didn't.
Right.
And
he wasn't.
Yeah,
but then it's like,
I wouldn't call it
because he sired the one.
But even then, it's like, and whether you want to call it retconning or whatever, but you get to the last three of the Skywalker saga, and it's like you still have like clones of the Emperor, so there still is a Sith dark side happening. So
there will always be light and dark, good and bad. Which of course it's like if you're and this is the thing that goes back to the history of time.
We've talked about is that in all honesty would be whoever like maybe all these people doing all these shows and projects are eventually going to get to the thing. Like, if you really think about it, the only type of Jedi that could bring balance to the Force is a gray Jedi.
Yeah, because he's neither good nor bad.
Right.
He's neither light nor dark.
Correct.
He is gray, like Moon Knight.
Yeah. So
they're not smart enough for that, though.
That aside, and
I get the whole to pile on that. What I've heard is it's all females and they're forcing this down their throats. Like there's a whole multitude of layers outside of the Star Wars universe why people hate this episode.
Oh, because of like wokeness and shit like that. Oh, whatever. I mean,
so it got the double whammy of like it angered non-woke America and the Star Wars universe.
Oh.
should be the greatest hour of television.
So I don't know. Like,
so was the whole episode a flashback to show what the origin of these two were now?
Right. So, but I mean, to be honest, because it's a fucking coven of witches. I didn't think anything about them all being women. I mean, that's what a coven of witches is.
Correct.
There wasn't a warlock. There wasn't a wizard. I mean, honestly,
that would have been so rad.
Honestly speaking, well, I mean, there were wizards. There were Jedi. They're space wizards. That's what they fucking are. Like,
yeah, they don't have a staff. They have a saber.
Let's all fucking calm down and realize that's what we're talking about here: is space wizards policing an ancient universe.
Yeah, with religions.
Right. Like, let's.
An evil person who wants to control it all.
If somebody wants to have, an Amazonian group, let them fucking have it. Like, I don't think that many people raised that much of a fuss when DC came out with Wonder Woman, and that where's the man in Amazonia? Who gives a shit? Like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It
is insignificant.
Yeah, it doesn't fucking matter, because at the end of this episode, all the witches are dead. And
doesn't fucking matter.
So and the way that they paint it, so May, the evil sister, doesn't. So Osha wants to go with the Jedi, and Asian Jedi. I forget the actor and the character's name.
Not the guy with this crazy hair, but the other guy.
Yeah, like her master, yes, when she was a Padawan. She is so she has proven the early tests, and they want it. But now, so the odd thing that they throw in about the Jedi is, apparently, according to the Republic, it's the Republic law that any kids that show an affinity or that are Force sensitive, have to be turned over to the Jedi. So that's why the Jedi are there, is that they got word that there were like 2 kids.
So are the Jedi grooming people?
Yeah.
Yes.
Effectively.
Yes. Witches, grooming,
right,
feminism, immaculate conceptions,
right,
and sex with nanotechnology or whatever.
Exactly.
Midichlorians.
So do
we understand what we're arguing about?
Exactly.
Like, it could be terrible TV, which is what I've thought.
How dare you? It's canon.
The first 2 episodes, I've said, aren't great. They're pretty mediocre. Again, I can't wait to watch this episode, especially if they all fucking die at the end.
Right. So
you should be happy.
May doesn't want her sister to leave, so she does what like an 8-year-old would do: set Osha's room on fire.
Oh yeah,
which then apparently, even though they're in a giant metal and stone and concrete structure, the whole thing lights up like a Roman candle.
Fucking right. They are living in
Yeah. So, and then where the mystery. They're
living in tents.
Let me finish. Like, no, it wasn't even that. Like, they're living in it's like inside like a dam.
Kindling.
Yeah. But apparently it's magic fire. But so the big mystery though is that when the Jedi come in to save Osha, May falls into an abyss, and then it shows that Osha's mothers and the rest of the witches have all been killed, but they don't show how that happened. So it would be like reflective of May, of that she thinks the Jedi killed all their family.
Okay.
And then